Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching. What's going on, freaks? Yeah. What are you excited about? What makes tonight's show exciting? You know, before the show, I was a little bit, I'm 2 minutes late, and NPC, whoever the hell it is up there, says, "Gray, start the show, you bastard!" You know, and it's like, that'd be funny if you were like a channel member or something, but, you know, you know how it works, right? You're not really the in crowd to make a joke. You're just sort of a random person. Yeah. Yeah, anybody else said it, wouldn't care. Don't know you. Never seen you in my life. Let's see. You got a notification that said I'm not a member and to join. Well, it looks like you're a member because you got the 5 stars on there. I see it right there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what to do first here. What's the clickbait? Enlighten Rogue. What part of my title is clickbait? Go ahead. Which one is it? Type it in, Enlighten. And type it in, Enlighten Rogue. We all want to be enlightened by you. You're one of the smartest people we've all seen. You come in here and you're just so awesome. Wow. Go ahead. What is it? And by the way, there's going to be a hearing tomorrow. I'm going to try to get up and cover it. All right. Yeah, they always disappear after they throw in their little stupid ass troll comments, and they get shy after that because they think they're so clever. Look at me, buddies. Look at, I'm gonna go into the chat. My name's gonna be Enlighten Rogue, okay? And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say something. Watch it, everybody! Yay! What an embarrassment! God, grow up. Yeah. And this is another night here, you guys. We only got 6 days left of the month. And, you know, I could use your guys' support on the channel. You know what I'm saying? Like every single night we try to do this, and we're currently at 0, even though the show just started. Yeah, my titles are always boring on my videos. I mean, I guess 9 minutes of hell is sort of a, you know, sure, I want people to click on it, but it really is what I showed in there. You know, 9 minutes of, you know, you can picture whatever the hell you want to picture going on there. I don't remember what you're talking about. Sunset gazing. Yeah. Okay. This is something I'm working on right now. So watch this. So this is in the Idaho 4 case. This is what I was trying to tell you guys. You know those dolls that, you know, they're like Russian, and there's a one large doll and then a smaller doll? You don't have to remove that comment, Timothy. I just didn't know what it meant. You know how there's this larger thing? I was trying to explain it to you, but watch how this works visually right here. Hey, thanks so much, Kathy Chapin. Yeah, they actually had a name. I looked it up. Yeah, Babushka doll. There you go. That was it. Now that's kind of what this case is like in the probable cause document. Watch this really quick right here. Watch this. Now let me see where the... let me just find that one really quick. Thank you, Carol Campbell. All right. All right, so check it out. Right here is this circle right here represents the area in which Brian Kohberger's phone was turned off between 2:47 and 4:48. He was in this circle right here. Here's Blaine, Idaho. He was down here, Moscow, and in Pullman, right? Now watch this. Between 3:26 and 4:25, his white Elantra, missing its front license plate, is moving around inside of this circle right here. You know, I could probably slide it over a little bit, but it's moving around inside of that circle right there. From 3:26 to 4:25. So now we're narrowing it down, right? Then, from 4:08 to 4:20, the vehicle can be narrowed down to this area right here. It was not moving. And then after that, right here in Madison Mogen's bedroom, a knife sheath was found with Brian Kohberger's DNA on it. Isn't that a pretty cool way to look at that? Like it just goes ding, 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 ding. Like you just start way out here. This is where his phone was turned off during this whole time. It's like a time frame and a map. And then inside of that, from 3:26 to 4:20, the white Elantra is in here missing its front license plate. Driving around because it's over here on, driving up in this area and around, and maybe at one point it goes over there. And obviously it comes in at some point. So it's in this area at 3:26 to 4:20. And then you can say that after it makes its final pass, it stops here for 12 minutes inside of this circle right here. It came right around here and it's inside of that. And then inside of those 12 minutes, you can narrow it down to saying a minute to get in and a minute to get out. You could go like 4:09 to 4:19, and inside of that, a knife sheath was left right here in Madison Mogen's bedroom on the bed that had DNA on it. So I kind of like that. I think I'm going to make a video with this one. I think it's kind of a neat, a cool visual. How it just kind of narrow, 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 boom. You nailed him right there. And his DNA being on that bed. Hey, thanks Bridget Price and Rhonda Brand. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty cool. I mean, it really just sort of It's like this broad area where he had his phone turned off. And then we narrow it down to a smaller area where it is his white Elantra because of the DNA on the knife sheath. So that means you can narrow it down from 326 to 420 being in that next largest circle. And then it's moving around, doing loops and passes and so forth. And then inside of that, at 408 to 420, it's narrowed down to being in just this area right here, right when the murders of Madison Mogen, Kaylee Gonzalez, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle all happened inside of that 12 minutes. And then inside of that 12 minutes, a knife sheath was left on Madison Mogen's bed that had Brian Kohberger's DNA on it, thus proving, now you go backwards, that the car moving around in this area was Brian Kohberger's. The vehicle moving around in this area from 326 to 420 was Brian Kohberger's. And he was over in that area during this time right here from 2:47 to 4:48. He was on his move. He turned his phone off. Hey, thanks, Michelle H. Anyways, that was something I've been working on. I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to think of how to word it, but man, I just think that is just absolutely it right there. That's the Babushka Doll Kohberger. Yeah. All right. So let's do some of these other updates over here. Who's Kohberger? Hey, thanks, Timothy Cecil. Yeah, he's guilty as hell. Everyone keeps commenting, going, I think it happened at 2 o'clock. I think it happened at 2 o'clock, everybody. Do you know what kind of low brain ability you have to say that? I mean, it's almost mind-boggling. I'm not trying to be mean or anything. You had a order to DoorDash. Are you saying that was Brian Kohberger? And then you had Xana awake using TikTok. Are you saying that was actually Brian Kohberger again, hanging out in the house for a couple hours? And then you had text messages from Kaylee and Madison to Kaylee's boyfriend, Jack, at around 3 o'clock. So that means they're still alive. Oh, wait, but that was Kohberger again, sending those text messages, right? I mean, you have to come up with so many things. It's just, it doesn't make any sense, right? But everybody seems to think that. And they say it because there was like a audio of people yelling and stuff at 2 a.m. How many of you have gone to college, and how many people are still yelling at 2 a.m.? Like everybody, okay? That's exactly the time everybody's coming home from the bars intoxicated, just like they did. They got home at 2 also, because bars generally close at 1:30 or 2, something like that, right? So they come home, and yes, they probably made noises, and all of the other people coming home made noises. They're giggling, laughing, joking around, talking loud, etc. But people want things to be what they want them to be. So they just come up with stuff. I know his name isn't Kohberger, this account, so it's hard to take you seriously anytime you keep using his name. All right, so it says right here, these are the 3 men found. You remember the 3 men that were found outside that football game in Kansas City, Missouri, where they were watching a game, and then somehow 3 guys went outside, and they all were found dead in the backyard. Yeah. 2 weeks after 3 friends were found dead outside of a Kansas City home, an attorney involved is changing his story yet again. Wow, so an attorney. Attorney John Pacerno told Fox 4 on Monday there was a 5th person hanging out at the home where, so remember before it was just the homeowner. Anyways, attorney John Pacerno told Fox on Monday there was a 5th person hanging out at the home where Clayton McGeeney David Harrington and Ricky Johnson were later found dead. It happened at a rental home near Northwest 83rd Terrace and North Overland Drive in Platte County. The three victims, as well as the tenant, Jordan Willis, and a fifth friend, had all gathered to watch the Kansas City Chiefs' last regular season game on January 7th. In a statement Saturday, Paserno said the last time Willis saw the three men was when they left the house and he went to bed. So, okay, they leave the house and then he went to bed. That's what he originally claimed. But then, Paserno confirmed to Fox 4 on Monday that a fifth person was present and still there with the three victims when Willis went to sleep. So I guess the homeowner, Willis, goes to sleep, and then there's this fifth person, obviously that's still alive, and then the three dead people out there. But then Paserno confirmed on Fox 4 on Monday that a fifth person was present and still there with the victims when Willis went to sleep. At some point, he got tired, this fifth person, and went to sleep while there were these guys, maybe now he's still talking about Willis. At some point, he got tired and went to sleep while there were these guys in the home, and as I know now, there was a couple other people in the home. Now, one day later, Paserno said he misspoke. The attorney said Willis escorted the men to the door, said their goodbyes, then went back to the couch and fell asleep. Well, why didn't he go to sleep in his bed, you know? Yeah, I think there's like drugs here. He said when he left the three victims and Willis were still awake. He said when he left the victims, I don't know what he's saying. He said when he left the victims and Willis were still awake. What? That was, that's a sentence. That's not even a sentence. He said when he left the victims and, he said when he left the victims and Willis were still awake. Okay. He stressed that it's absolutely not true that he was the last person to see the three men alive. Man, how did you not remember this originally? After asking a few questions, he directed Fox 4 to his attorney, Andrew Talge. In an interview with Fox 4, Talge said his client arrived at Willis's home at around 7 p.m. that Sunday. He said his client was hanging out with the four others until about midnight. It's at that point when he left. Okay, so which client is this? Fox for the fifth. Okay, Fox spoke with the fifth person. Okay, the fifth person. Okay, so his attorney is saying that he left, and he left Willis and the three dead people at the house when he left. He said his client was hanging out with the four others until about midnight. It's at that point when he left. According to Talge, when his client left Willis's home, the four men were watching Jeopardy. Most importantly, he said, they were still alive during those early hours Monday. Paserno has said multiple times that the only messages Willis received were via Facebook Messenger. He didn't receive any text messages or calls. But Talge disputes part of that, saying sometime Tuesday his client received a text message from Clayton McGeeney's fiancée and from Ricky Johnson's mother asking about their loved ones. At that point, Talge's client sent a text message to Willis and to Johnson. He never received a response, the attorney said. Fox 4 asked Paserno about the discrepancy, and he declined to comment. Oh, jeez. See, now it's starting to feel like there's something more, right? It's just what's going on? What's the glitch? What are you talking about? Oh, yeah? Here, let me see. LM. Oh, I got a Patricia ordered a notebook, but that's all I got on PayPal in here. All right. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on. Because the same thing is happening to Jay Case. I guess all the stars aren't aligned for me. Yeah, really struggling in here. But yeah, I didn't get any super chats from you. So oh yeah. Yeah, they're not. They never came through. Let me go to my dashboard really quick. I'm just heading over to check. Nope. Nothing came through even on the back in the control panel, basically. That's what I call it. Well, LM said she sent 2 super chats that never made it. I don't know. I'm just I'm just frustrated with the whole thing. Not sure what to say. I worked really hard to try to get these shows going, and it's just been a struggle. Anyways. On the same day, Fox 4 confirmed in an interview with News Nation on Friday night, Paserno said his client had left the home sporadically on Monday and Tuesday. He reversed course on Monday, saying that what he said was poorly phrased, and offered a new explanation. What I meant to say on News Nation is that he left. He was sleeping, and he left his bedroom sporadically, he said. Is that he left? He was sleeping. What? That doesn't even make any better sense. On the same day that Fox 4 confirmed these 3 bodies were found behind Willis's home, we reached out to him to no avail, as well as to several of his family members. A close family member got back to Fox 4 and told us Willis and his friends froze to death. It's something his attorney now argues he never said. Paserno said his client never left the house from Sunday's gathering to watch the Chiefs game until after police arrived Tuesday night. Willis's attorney said he didn't receive any text messages or calls, didn't hear anyone knock on his door, and he didn't see the messages sent to him on Facebook Messenger until after the bodies were discovered. Paserno also said Willis didn't hear McGeeney's fiancée knock on the door or break into the home, but minutes later he did hear police knock on the door when they arrived at his home after McGeeney's fiancée discovered one of the bodies outside. Paserno confirmed with Fox 4 that Willis had moved out of the Northland home after seeing a U-Haul parked outside of the house less than a week after the bodies were discovered. Paserno confirmed that Willis has moved out of the... Oh, I see. It's kind of weird writing, you know. It's not clear. Thanks, Vogue. What's his new hardware, Timothy? When you say to Jay, I like your new hardware, what is it? What are you referring to? I just don't, I'm not picking up on anything in here. Hey Jay, love the new hardware, man. What hardware? And then Jay says thank you. And I'm just wondering what the hell are you talking about? I have no idea. What hardware? Oh, you had to start over again? Oh, that kind of sucks. It's kind of like Scientology, right? When you make it through all the different levels, you just start over again. Let's see. We know that the Platte County Prosecutor's Office has been in communication with Kansas City Police, but the case has not been yet turned over to them. Willis is not facing any charges in this case at this time. Fox asked Paserno if drugs could have played a role in what took place at his Northwest home. He said at this time they are still working to determine that. At last check, KCPD said they are still waiting on autopsy results. Yeah, that's got to be drugs or something. There's no way 3 people would just die, with making no effort to, like, become safe, get back in the house or something. Hey, thanks. There it is. Gray, show you bastard. Oh, Jesus. Not sure what to tell you. I think that person's a troll. No, it was a heart that he has. Because he had to start over. Although maybe he wasn't a member again. I don't know. I think you were a member a long time ago. Maybe you hadn't become one, I guess. Seemed like they would start you back up on that, though. That's what we said the other night. Probably fentanyl or something. He had no knowledge they remained in his backyard or that they needed medical attention. Man. You can't have something like that happen randomly. So there's got to be some chemical or some other element going on here. It seems like it's just going to be something like fentanyl where they got a bad batch and they took it all together at the same time or something, and they all died and passed out maybe, and they didn't wake up and the cold killed them, because it sounds like they died of hypothermia. That's what they were saying, which is weird at that point, because that means the drugs didn't kill them. It maybe just made them pass out or something, and then yeah. Thank you, Bridget Bauman. So LM, what was the deal up there? I mean, it said that, why don't you just check your PayPal and see if they went through or not? That's how you can check. You just go to your PayPal, and maybe it just didn't work. Alright, so I don't have any more to offer on that. It's still just hardly any information. But stories are changing, which usually has a nefarious element to it. And by the way, I posted a picture of the... it's pretty sweet, the tumbler. Did you guys see the Nefarious tumbler? I think it's freaking awesome. This is one Zozo has. I sent it to her a while back. But it's new. It's a new... I think it looks freaking awesome. But on the other side it says freak, And then somebody goes, that's bad taste. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? What do you mean it's poor taste? What's the poor taste about this? I've had this thing for like 4 years. I've had this design here. What are you thinking, that it was like pretending it was Kohberger or something? Is that all your brain can think of? Yeah, they probably thought it was like a Kohberger. Like, you're trying to be Kohberger. That's poor taste, you bastard. No, it's not. I've had this exact logo for like 4 or 5 years, and it's pretty sweet because it's now it's on a tumbler. I think it looks pretty good. And if you want one of those, you can go to the community section, and there's a link in the image that I put out there. Yeah, I mean, I cover tons and tons of cases here. I'm currently more into the Kohberger stuff because I feel like I have a lot to offer in terms of, you know, putting out the reality to combat all the nonsense that's out there. Yeah, it gives like a home to people with rational minds. Are you saying we're not rational, Gray? If I say it was a hobgoblin at 2 in the morning? Yes. Now we're going to go back out to the Mojave Desert situation. This is from today. Hey, look at that. Hey, thanks, JCase. I think my issue are fixed. I had to remove all of my payment options and re-upload them. Why? Only Google. Yeah, it's just it's I don't have any idea what Google, or the rhyme or reason for Google or anything that they do. It never really makes sense to me. They do a lot of things like that little heart thing. You know, the emotion thing that they put up on the screen. What an annoyance that thing was. I had to turn them off for my live streams where the hearts float up into the chat and everything. They do so many different things. Anyways, thank you. I appreciate it. Very kind, very kind. Oh, and it's possible, you guys, I might be on TV coming up soon. Yet again. It's the Wolf Moon. Yep. Well, it might be coming up. I don't know. I don't know why I don't like to say, because I feel like I get more nervous when I know all the freaks are watching. Oh, look at that! There it is. Yeah, those floating hearts are crazy. You couldn't even type.
My issue are fixed. I had to remove all my payment options and re-upload them. Why? Only Google knows, and they ain't chirping.
Right. Yeah, I would say that YouTube YouTube you can communicate via text or chat with or like somebody that will help you, which I think is, you know, at least that's something. They all say kind of the same thing though. Man, I really understand your pain. And I would say, I don't think you do. Yeah. So shattered glass, this is the 6 people in the Mojave Desert. Shattered glass, tire marks, and traces of dried blood were all that remained at a remote dirt crossroads of the Mojave Desert on Thursday. Authorities have released very little information about the brutal slaying thus far, and the victims' identities were not released Thursday, so we still don't even have that. It's imperative to find out who these people are, because there could be additional people in danger. And that's what a retired FBI agent said. 5 bodies were discovered Tuesday evening, and apparently some people showed up and said that they recognized the vehicle, maybe it was a family member, and they stayed on the scene there for a while. Let's see. News helicopter footage showed the bodies were located around 2 vehicles, a dark-colored SUV. Oh yeah, here's what you want to see. Something that was kind of, it's hard to see, but there's a white object right there. Let me see if I can. Does it work if I hit? Yeah, I guess it does. See right there? That's actually a sheet over a body right there. And I think that's another sheet over a body right here. And then I think those two areas there are blood areas. I mean, it seems like it was just like a massacre out there. Yeah, so these people ran in all directions trying to get away, and I think they were like tracked down, or maybe they were shot and they tried to make it and then they passed out. And if you're wondering what this is, it's a helicopter in the air that just happened to be caught in the shot. Yeah, see right there, those two really dark stains. You could see those. I mean, man, that's just so much blood. Isn't that incredible that you can see it from this high? Those two dark spots right there. That's the vehicle. News helicopter footage shows the bodies were located around 2 vehicles. A dark-colored SUV with an orange license plate had shattered windows and was riddled with bullets. Based on a large number of yellow evidence markers at the scene on Wednesday, it appears some, if not all, the victims had been shot and some also burned. Yeah, that was something that I was reading about today. Certainly by looking at the number of people involved and how gruesome they were not only killed but then set on fire. This has some of the earmarks of gangland-styled slang. It could be a gang related. It could be cartel related, it says. The sheriff's department told KTLA that investigators likely won't provide the public with an update on the case until next week. They did not indicate if any suspects were at large or if there was an ongoing concern for public safety. So it sort of sounds basically what we were talking about already. Not sure why this one's dark, but I can see it here. People are investigating as to who was behind the killings or police are investigating. After the half-dozen bodies were found strewn in a desolate patch of the desert, according to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department. Officers responding to a call discovered the bodies on Tuesday night in a remote area of flat desert scrub off Highway 395 near El Mirage, around 60 miles northeast of Los Angeles. No information about the deceased has so far been made public. Officials said the cause and manner of deaths had yet to be confirmed. Well, it was obviously gunshots. And originally there was just 5 bodies, and then they found another one. KTLA described the SUV as riddled with bullets, holes with some of its windows blown out. Yeah, so basically, I mean, we're just kind of where we are, but something that was new is that they were burned too. Pretty crazy. I think we even we were showing the area yesterday. I think I probably, there it is. Put it in the wrong folder there. Yeah, so this is the spot where the vehicles were, and you can see that's just out in the middle of nowhere. There's a road here but then it's even off of that one, and that's not, it's a dirt road here. And then it's up here, right at this area where it's just total dirt. Looks exactly like the ground looks in the McStay murder case. And I think that was just a little bit further away. It was like right around in this area over here. Victorville, right? Yeah. I wonder if I could just randomly find that again. Without really... Nah. Oh yeah, grave A and B. So it is pretty close, I mean. 15 miles away. I mean, a different killer, obviously. But it's right there. Look at that. That was the day that there was somebody actually out there. You guys want to see something interesting? For those of you that... So somebody on this day is actually visiting the grave sites. Because they're right there. I mean, what else would you be right there? Well, here's something that was interesting. So this is like me and Ada, basically just me and her were doing this research here. So the bodies were recovered after this date, like in October or something like that, or November of this year, 2013 here. And when we were looking at it, when the police went to the crime scene, they could see... I mean, you could just see on the photographs that were released tire ruts in the ground, right? And then we realized that looking at the Google Earth and the date, that those ruts are already in the ground right there. Look how crazy this is, you guys. See how there's tire tracks right there, and then right here they go around. So then we realized that because there's ruts in the ground, and we even did some research on that, like they had this tank place where they wet in mud and then it hardens. So you have to realize that the tire tracks were made in mud. And that means when they were killed on, I think it was like February 4th, if I remember right, or 2nd or something. Yeah, 4th. And then we looked up weather patterns for that same day. And it turns out that it rained on February 6th. And so we put all this stuff together and we sent it into the police, the investigators. And they actually emailed back and said, hey, we were able to confirm your information. Not, oh, we already know, or any of that shit. Right? So we... and then what's amazing about it, too, is later on when the court hearings started, they did this whole GPS thing, and he was out there on February 6th, right in that area. His phone was pinging. Because, again, just like Kohberger, he didn't kill anybody that day, so he turned his phone on. I think it's possible he dug the graves early and then on the time he's digging the holes, he doesn't have bodies with him. And then eventually he drives out there and buries the bodies, sort of I think it was Super Bowl weekend even. All right. But hey guys, if you're out there and you'd like to help support the channel, got to try to make up for some of these other nights. So I'd appreciate it if you could help support. That'd be awesome. Thank you. So that's a time where we actually made a difference in the investigation portion. And I've done other cases where, the what was that Madison Bell case, for example? I was communicating with, who was that? The boyfriend of Madison Bell, and then I was able to get a hold of he called me. The sheriff actually got a hold of me and said, hey, if you could you ask, maybe we could give you certain questions to ask or something. But then he explained to me what the evidence was in just kind of a minor way. And at that point, I absolutely knew for certain that she took off by herself with some dude. So that one was pretty cool. And then Delphi case, it was just early on, you know. I don't know what you're talking about, sunset gazing. Oh boy, man. Type in I have no idea what you're saying. Have you all heard about the possible terrorist seen, oh you mean terrorist, seen at the Arizona border from several days ago, titled Day 6. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if there are with the actual sieve of a border that terrorists have come in. Almost more people get away than get caught. You know, so who the hell knows who's come in? But they've actually caught people on the terrorist watch list, and what that means is that some made it in that weren't caught. And I guess my public service announcement wasn't heard yet again. Have you seen the biker church that said they take in criminal, pass out food after church at apparently the closest building? No idea what that even means again. Wow. Where do these comments come from? They're just so random. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Sunset gazing. What do you mean it never showed up? Everybody keeps claiming that they sent a super chat in, but it didn't show up. I don't know. I didn't see it. Yeah, I think it's a quote. I mean, he just left a note somewhere or something? Sunset gazing or what? What do you mean just happened to you? What do you guys mean? What's going on here? I can't afford to have it not working. You know, it's like, you know, I'm doing these shows and it's just like, I can't do them if they're not working. I mean, it sounds like this, everybody's struggling. All right, let me look again. Let me look again. I mean, Carol's just worked right there, right? Yeah, no? Yeah, that's the first one since J Case that shows up in the system. Right there, by Carol Campbell. So, don't know what to tell you. You're going to call who? Hey, thanks, Trish Atwell. Gonna leave and come back. Okay, what are you gonna do? Okay, well, you might want to. I don't know who you guys can contact and say that you. Why don't you cancel it on PayPal or something? I don't know what to tell you, LM. It doesn't show up in the system. It sounds sort of interesting, that thing that you're typing. Send me an email on that, sunset gazing. Yeah, everybody is saying that. Control freak. I don't believe you at all. Hey, thanks, Sabine and Truth Sleuth. And Carol Campbell. Hey, there you go. That one worked. Oh well. I guess it's just one of those days. Another day, one of those days. People are having trouble, and then others are using it. Yeah, that's what I think too. I think the trolls are using it as an opportunity, and some people are having trouble. I just don't know. I can't tell you what's happening. Go to your PayPal and see if it got taken out. If that's what you're using, PayPal, go check it and see if it went through. No, I'm not talking about you, Mona. It's up there. Remember, it said some people it's happening to and some it's not. Like if you scroll up there, there's a somebody that just said it. You know how it goes. We weren't talking to you. Wasn't talking about you though. Of course, you've been around a long time. So it says pending. Oh, really? Did I get an email or? Yeah, I don't even have emails or anything. I don't know, you guys. No idea. Yeah, I don't know how you get a hold of Google. How do you call Google? Those people never answer the phone. I don't even think they have a phone number that's legit. Yeah, my account isn't set up through PayPal. It's just set up through a bank, the one I'm using. Yeah, because LM said that she sent 2 things in or something, but they didn't show up on the screen. So I said that you were also having problems yourself before. That's what I was saying when you came in. Yeah, exactly. It's not working for you. Super chat not working. Wave. For the ones it does work for, maybe, or yeah, that's what it sounds like. Oh, you happen to you too, Tracy? Jesus. It says purchase successful, then it goes blank for me. Huh, have you tried like signing out and coming back in again, or? And hey, Kami, check your PayPal to see if it actually went through or not. Yes, what? You get 2 and it says purchases. Yeah, I never got anything through PayPal or anything like that. I'm gonna get rid of these randos in here. Okay, well, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing right now. I feel like I'm just going to be spinning wheels for the rest of the show. If that's actually what's happening, it's almost like I should be talking with. Well, it sounds like it's a PayPal issue. So the ones that are having the problem, are you guys all hooked up through YouTube on PayPal? Let me just have an answer for that. Oh, really? How would it show up as a super chat in 24 hours, though? That doesn't make any sense. Well, yours is there, mad as a cut snake. Well, how do you know, Control Freak? No, yours is Google Pay and that didn't work? Well, how could there be 2 different things like that don't work? Well, thanks, Plato. Man, I have no idea what's going on, you guys. Ah, shit. Now, you just sent one where, Cheryl? Yeah, PayPal works. Yeah, I mean, I got one. Well, let's see. Plato and then the one from earlier, Patricia. But if you're sending it, I don't know what the deal is on the super chats though. Okay, I guess I'll check. I'm not sure how it'll work though later because it didn't even. I mean, what does YouTube do? Just sort of, where does it go after? You know, if it's approved later, yeah. Yeah, it's weird how only some people it's happening to, and it's not just PayPal users, as we just were able to determine. Anyways, what's the? Did you guys see this crazy story right here? So it's a 33-year-old woman who stabbed her date 100 times to death in weed-induced frenzy is sentenced to 100 hours of community service. As judge says, she had no control over her actions after cannabis caused psychotic break. I just think this is such a load of crap right here. You know, I think it's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Ah, I got the Venmo there, Kami. That came through. Thank you. Says it's California, obviously. A California woman who stabbed a man she was dating 100 times and killed him before turning the knife on herself and her dog. The dog! Oh my God! She should be executed! Yeah, as soon as you ever notice that? Whenever you bring up an animal, people get more outraged. Bryn Specker, 33, was given the astonishing low sentence following a psychiatrist's ruling that the tragedy was 100% caused by cannabis-induced psychosis, which she suffered after taking 2 hits of the victim's bong. Should say off the victim's bong. The judge ruled that Specker experienced a psychotic break from reality and had no control over her actions when she killed Chad O'Melia, then 26, on Memorial Day weekend in 2018. She will spend the 100 hours educating others on marijuana's induced psychosis and 2 years on probation, but has promised to spend the rest of her life debunking the myth that cannabis is harmless. I mean, I don't mind that part, like to say cannabis is not harmless, okay? But it's just this whole thing about like 2 hits of pot make you psychotic, and then you're going to go stabbing your boyfriend 1,000,000 times. Amelia's family cried when the sentence was read out at Ventura Superior Court. Hey, thanks, George Leonard. With the victim's father warning it gave everyone who smokes marijuana in the state a license to kill. Exactly. Just like that idiot, remember that medical examiner who said he took meth, therefore he should have been able to defend himself, so it's therefore a suicide. And then we said, man, so all you have to do is inject somebody with meth and kill him and say, well, it's got to be suicide because they should have been able to defend themselves from a bullet. I hope that lady isn't working at this point. That was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
I feel the decision's completely unjust.
I do
there are
too.
people that get behind the wheel of a car and they've had too much to drink and they kill somebody. And when that happens,
Yeah, but we weren't
they
talking about
spend
that,
time
Jerry.
in jail. Well, this is really not much different than that, other than the act that she performed is way more heinous. I think the judge was extremely biased in the case. And I think that somebody needs to look into that. I don't know if it'll happen. The other thing that's really unfortunate is he has set a precedent in California where it appears to be okay to smoke marijuana and commit a violent crime, and you're only going to get probation. So
Yeah.
I don't think it was right. I think that, there was some time that should be served, but now there's no time that will be served. She's not going to learn from this experience. This is not going to make her think. She just got away with murder. I mean, if you really think about it, that's what happened. So we've been in a lot of pain for 5.5 years, but I will tell you that I am somewhat relieved that I don't have to come here anymore. This place it's not a place that I've come to and received justice. And that doesn't mean that I don't respect the work that Audrey and her team and Paul have done. I do. I greatly respect it. I think there's a level of sort of constraint that they've been put under when you review the actual language of these laws. They are way too pro-criminal.
I agree.
And that needs to change. And we can see it. I mean, in a lot of our cities across this country, there's way too much crime, and it's become almost acceptable, and I don't accept it, but I appreciate the comments of her father. I really do. They were only, he extended an olive branch, and as an attorney then just burned it up. That attorney, Bob Schwartz, has shown a lack of professionalism in this. He's shown a lack of respect for the dead, a lack of respect for my son, a lack of respect for my family. That's intolerable. I have no respect for that man as an attorney. If you look in the dictionary and look up the definition of scumbag attorney, there'll be a picture of his face there.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm sorry for that remark, but it is unreal. That guy is unreal. After his father, her father tries to make amends, he goes and then soils my son again. And the mother's the same way. The mother's the same as the attorney. She got up there and said, well, she gets tricked easy. My son didn't trick her. Yeah. She came to his house at 10:30 at night that evening. Okay? If she would have never shown up, he probably would have went to bed. So, I don't know. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting. I mean,
I feel bad.
I guess you could say that at the legislative level, at the county supervisory level, they just don't have any respect for our lives. So, but I do. I have respect for people's lives. I have respect for myself and my family, and I hope to one day to be able to heal from this. And, my focus moving forward is going to be to spend as much time as I can with my younger son. He has been through hell as I have in the past 5.5 years. He's lost his mother. He's lost his brother. He's had to listen to people, defame his brother's character. And at the same time, he has shown strength, resolve.
I wasn't ever going to comment on the sentence, whatever it was.
I don't know what that was right there, but that sucks. Jeez. I guess she was a audiologist who is originally from Chicago but lives in Thousand Oaks, California. Was found guilty of manslaughter. So she was found guilty of manslaughter in December of 2023 following a dramatic and heart-wrenching trial. At the time, Specker, who is partially deaf, described how she'd taken one puff of a bong but did not want to smoke anymore. So this is how she's making it seem like he forced her to have another. She said she felt pressured by Amelia, the victim, who was a regular smoker and who she'd been dating for a month. Pressured, right? Like maybe you were trying to impress him. Is that the pressure you felt? Within minutes of inhaling the potent cannabis-infused vapor for the second time, Specker began hearing and seeing things that weren't there. Much like some of the Kohbergers, you know. Maybe they're smoking some of the same pot. And believing she was dead and that she had to stab Amelia in order to bring herself back to life. That sounds ludicrous, right? Some of the country's top forensic psychiatrists concluded that this experience was 100% consistent with previous accounts of cannabis-induced psychosis. Right. So how many months did you coach her on the things that she needs to say, you know, a la Jodi Arias, you know, the things that you might need to say to appear to fit neatly into the diagnosis of cannabis-induced psychosis? I guarantee you they talk to her over and over. Okay, you got to say it like this. You got to have it like this. You got to say this. We know pretty conclusively that marijuana can lead to psychiatric illness. Yeah, I mean like prolonged use, etc. Dr. Timothy Fong, faculty leadership of the Cannabis Research Initiative at University of California, Los Angeles, whatever. Sentencing today, Judge Worley said, the task of sentencing is made all the more difficult by the knowledge that the decision will impact good people. But he added that he does not believe further incarceration is necessary. I mean, I guess she was in prison or jail or whatever for 4 years. The sentencing proceedings featured closing statements from close members of both the Specker and Amelia family. Specker's brother, mother, father, grandmother, and one of her oldest friends spoke of her life spent helping others, referring to her numerous paid and voluntary roles assisting deaf and hard of hearing people. Yeah, who cares? God. That's the guy she killed. On the night in question, the young woman arrived at Amelia's Thousand Oaks condo around 10:30 after he'd invited her over. The pair had met at a local dog park roughly a month before and had been dating for a few weeks, court documents state. An hour and a half into the meetup, the pair went to Amelia's patio where he prepared and smoked cannabis from a bong, a device which filters the smoke using water. I don't know if they need to explain it to people. Specker testified that she asked him for a hit from the bong. Testified that she asked him. I mean, so look at this. She goes, hey, can I have a hit? He prepared it for her, and she inhaled. All she felt, she told the court, was burning and coughing. Some 15 minutes later, when the effects had failed to kick in, Amelia added more cannabis to the device, generating more smoke, and according to Specker, said something like, let's make this more intense for you. I bet you that never was said. In her testimony, Specker claimed that she did not want to smoke more, but felt pressured. See, I think all of this stuff here is just conveniently invented to match a story. He got up from his chair and turned the bong towards my face, rushing it to my face. Like he was like, hey! And was pressuring me. Hurry up, hurry up. You've got to inhale, she said, according to testimony. It all happened so fast, I felt like I couldn't say no. I inhaled out of the bong. Immediately after the second hit, she began to feel unwell and ran to the bathroom to vomit. before lying on the couch. She then described the onset of a series of disturbing psychiatric symptoms. Specker described seeing and hearing things that weren't there, feeling like I was a deadly body. Feeling like I was a dead body and seeing her corpse from what? Specker described seeing and hearing things that weren't there, feeling like I was a dead body and seeing her own corpse from above. Her hands, which she used to grab the bread knife, was that penetrated Amelia's abdomen, she saw as someone else's, like in a movie. Yeah, they all say the same thing. And then it went black. You know, the fog in the Jodi Arias case. It was then that she continued to stab Amelia. Of course, you don't remember that part. You're in the darkness now. You don't want to have to describe that. You just want to remember that you stabbed one time in psychosis, but have really no explanation for the other 100 stabs, so you're now in darkness. See, this, how come the jury, or not the jury, the judge doesn't look and see right through this garbage right here? What an idiot. Let's see. It was then that she continued to stab Amelia, followed by her beloved dog, Aria, and then herself in the neck. She only stopped when police arrived at the scene and hit her 9 times with a baton. During the ferocious attack, Specker recalled hearing voices saying things like, "Keep going, don't stop, you're almost there, you can do this." She claims to not remember anything beyond this point until she woke up in the hospital having undergone surgery to repair catastrophic stab wounds to her face and neck several hours later. Dr. Chris Mohandy, forensic psychiatrist and expert witness, told the jury Specker's behavior is well documented, in my opinion, of psychosis. Okay. You guys this makes me angry. So people say it's just marijuana, and they try to make it seem like it's insignificant, and how could that possibly happen? Well, that doesn't really fit with my professional experience. A major review of hospitalizations in Canada in the years since legalization, published in October, found a 40% increase in cannabis-induced psychosis admissions. Or people who were smoking pot murdered people and thought, hey, why don't I claim psychosis? Yeah. So which one is it, right? Or they did something they shouldn't have done and claimed psychosis. Anyways, it just makes me angry. So let's see. Let's see. So this is what Tracy sent. She said it looks like this. Super chat, in-app purchase, and it says in-app, but it says pending up here. Is that what's happening to some of you guys? Just like this, right here? I just got that email. But either way, we're only at 50% right now, so if you guys could help out, that'd be absolutely awesome. And I don't believe anything. Well, here's one thing, though. I don't know why you'd be going over to somebody's house for a date and then just start stabbing him a whole bunch of times if you've only been dating for a month. Well, that works, Cindy Lynn. And so did yours, Lisa Wilkerson. And I actually do want to look into that terrorist that was mentioned. If you can send me an email on that, that'd be awesome. Jealousy over what, though? I mean, it sounds like they were just like dating. They just met. I guess it's, maybe there's stuff we don't know that she didn't say, or it'd be kind of interesting to look back at the original trial and see what was said in there. Can't a judge come in and change the sentencing? Because you remember what happened in that one case with the, what was it? Affluenza, when he wasn't going to get any sentencing at all or something, and then somebody else stepped in and said, no. And they added a whole bunch more. That's what they need to do in this one. Yeah, some are crazy, but I mean, that's what the reality is. I don't think the marijuana had anything to do with it, right, Deanna? Probably, Elizabeth.
Chewbacca?
No, I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Test.
Yeah, let me get this. I'm gonna grab this thing here.
Chewbacca?
I'll be Chewbacca if you want me to.
Great, thank you for bringing the facts. Always.
Well, thanks. I tried to. There we go. It needs to be on that one too. Not at all that crap. Yeah, I don't believe it. Possibly just made her slightly disinhibited and psychosis was exposed. I don't know. I just don't believe it. I think it's fake. Something might have happened in there. It's just that whole... Don't you think it's incredibly convenient that she remembers the first stab, like Jodi Arias remembers shooting the gun, but then has the fog, but in her case, it all goes dark and she stabs him 100 times. And she doesn't remember any of that. That should be enough for reasonable doubt right there. I mean, reasonable the other direction, you know. It makes it so that there's no reasonable doubt because she says that. I mean, it's just garbage. I mean, we all know it's garbage, right? But people believe that shit. You know, the problem is there's psychologists out there. They think everything is explainable away, and they go out of their way, and I'm sorry if you're a psychologist, but they go out of their way to find something that fits in one of the categories because it's just so much more interesting for them. Instead of just saying, man, this person's nuts. This is a wacko that killed him. You try restarting your phone? Okay. We'll see you then. I don't know. Yeah, who called? Yeah, I guess. I was listening to an expert today, and they said that you would continue to be in that phase for a while, not just immediately change, you know, right away. There's Ada. I was just explaining our old thing here, because it's only 13 miles away, those 6 people that were killed from the McStay's murder spot. So I thought, hey, I'll explain that one. Did they drug test her? Sounds like it was a bong. You know, so a bong, I don't think it's synthetic, right? I mean, do you still smoke it the same way, the synthetic stuff? You sent what? Oh, I'm not going to play somebody else's YouTube video. If you find it on in an article somewhere, that'd be great. But wait, when did Trish Atwell just send that in just now? When was that, Trish Atwell? Because you're still up on the top of the screen, but I don't see it on my screen. Weirdly, maybe go to let me go to live chat. Is that no? Weird. Oh, I guess that was earlier, just sitting there. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I think it sucks. They should have just given her 2 years in prison just for, you know, what you did was so horrendous that you need to be in prison. That's it. But Gray, she didn't want to be that way. Chewbacca is feeling the moon. I don't know what that means, Jerry. Let's see. Oh, you mean the Chewbacca sound effect? Yeah. That's just what it plays on it each time. And it's really a sex worker who made that sound. To our buddy Cairo. Alright, I'm going to switch over now. Okay. So there was some documents that came out in the Kohberger case. And there's four different ones that are exactly the same, just different media. But it says, this matter came before the court on January 3rd, 2024 on the state motion to seal or redact pursuant to some sort of a number there. The hearing was held via Zoom, so this wasn't something that the public saw. Ashley Jennings appeared on behalf of the state, and Taylor appeared on behalf of Mr. Kohberger. The court reviewed the records, considered the arguments presented, weighed the interest in privacy and public disclosure, and announced its findings of fact on the record. Therefore, pursuant to ICAR 32I2A and D, the courts find it necessary to seal in part and redact the record related to the search warrant for the following reasons. And I guess the search warrant I don't think has ever been released, right? It's the probable cause affidavit we've seen. But anyways, it says, and these are the reasons why. The document contains highly intimate facts or statements, the publication of which could be highly objectionable to a reasonable person. And the documents contain facts or statements that might threaten or endanger the life or safety of individuals. Really? What the hell is that? What are you talking about? Like, what would be in the search warrant that would cause the, make somebody feel endangered? And let's see, it says the document contains facts or statements that might threaten or endanger the life or safety of individuals in a search warrant. What does that even mean? Both just came out today, Cindy. So. What'd I do, Alibaba? All right, right now we're at 60%, you guys. 60%. Yeah, it could be the door. That makes some sense. The DoorDash driver, but why would his safety be? I know why. Because of the crazy, wacko YouTubers out there. You know, the ones that have people follow you around when you're at the scene yourself. The ones that are happy that somebody jumps out, and I guarantee you, when that idiot apartment manager guy that came jumping out, I guarantee you that he came out because one of these crazy people, he's the one who released the surveillance footage, right? So somebody knew, his name and said, hey, there's this guy, he's out there right now. And then he was watching, because there's no way he'd get that worked up over it. No chance.
Yeah, that was weird. If he had touched me, it would be different, but he hadn't touched me yet, so I'm just like, okay, see ya. See you later. See you later. Okay, buddy. And then he's chasing me around in his car. What a psycho. Yeah. Yeah, he was a little bit, he was nuts, that guy. And that's where you kind of just want to play it down, because who does that? I mean, even if, let's just say it was like you lived in an apartment complex and somebody was walking by filming a garbage can or a surveillance camera that has nothing to do with anybody's safety or anything. It's just, would you come jumping out and like, give me your camera? I mean, that's what weird people do. Yeah, so you got that one. And I'm going to try to get up in the morning to do the hearing. A showcase of... Look at these idiots, these trolls. They think they're so clever when they come in. It's amazing. Get the hell out of here. You guys are a joke. Okay, so this one here, we just read through that one. And then this was the, I guess this was the original order here. Let me just make sure. Okay, that's the one. This one says, based on defendant's motion to unseal defendant's motion to reconsider orders, denying motion. I mean, it gets so confusing when you say, based on the defendant's motion to unseal their own motion to reconsider. So they want it to be open to the public, I guess. Denying the motion to dismiss. So he wants to unseal the motion that they put forth so that the public can see why they want the judge to reconsider dismissing the indictment, because there's facts and information in there that they want out there. They're trying to have a different motion to make that public, their motion to dismiss the indictment. They want people to be able to see that. Motion to dismiss indictment, and in the alternative, for permission to appeal from interlocutory order filed January 12, 2024, and the state's request for a closed hearing, and said motion filed January 19th, 2024, the court orders the following. 1. Sealed hearing on defendant's motion to unseal. So they're going to have a closed hearing on the motion from the defense team to unseal their own motion to reconsider orders denying the motion to dismiss the indictment. They want the public to see what their argument was. So maybe they'll find a way to have it leak, much like Baldwin and Rosie did. Oops, we didn't mean to, but hey, we're posting it right now. Hurry up and look. This hearing will be sealed and closed to the public to protect the privacy of the grand jury proceedings. Yeah. Thanks, Jessica Schubach. Yes, we need that wave to go to try to get to the goal again. We're getting close to the end of the month. Had a really bad snag for 3 or 4 days there without power and got behind. So we got that. What the hell is that? Brian Kohberger tries to get charges thrown out for a second time. The suspect accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in November of 2022 is making a second attempt at getting the charges thrown out. Brian Kohberger, 29, is charged with 4 counts of murder and 1 count of burglary in connection with the stabbing. Let me see something. Watch the... They'll come back with he's guilty on burglary, but he didn't kill anybody. Okay. All right. Okay, so that means entry into a building illegally with intent to commit a crime.
$2 buck. Ocean wave.
Come on, you guys. Who's joining Jessica Schubach? Let's do it. Brian Kohberger, 29, is charged with 4 counts of murder and 1 count of burglary in connection. Kohberger tried to get the charges thrown out before, and he's asking again to have the indictment dismissed, claiming there were improper conduct during the grand jury proceedings. Improper conduct. Let's see. There isn't a lot of information on what the defense arguments will be since the judge has imposed a strict gag order on the trial. However, motions from Kohberger's team have asked the judge to reconsider the previous motion to dismiss and filed a second motion asking for the filings to be made public. Thanks, Bridget Bauman. The defense has said the grand jury did not have all the evidence in front of them and may have been biased when making their decisions. There is also a scheduling contest planned for after the hearing, making it entirely possible that the judge will set a date for the actual trial. There's also a scheduling... all right. The judge is not allowing media to film inside the courtroom after chastising camera operators for focusing too much on Kohberger, zooming in and allowing the public to really pick apart how Kohberger looks in court. Man, they were saying how glowing he was. I mean, don't you remember the clown telling us all that he had a smile on his face? Boy, people like that, they'd never kill anybody. When you have a smile on your face, boy, you're just a great person.
Jessica's Ocean Wave.
Thanks,
Ocean
Linda
Wave.
Howe, as in Linda Molden Howe of the cattle mutilations and crop circles. The judge is not allowing media to film. Okay. On Friday, no pool camera will be allowed, and people will have to watch a live stream that comes directly from the judge's YouTube channel. Hey, wow, thank you so much, Cheryl Bullock. Hey, I appreciate that. That got us. Now we should probably be only like only 45 short of the goal. Not bad now. You just cruise on in. So anyways, tomorrow I have the stream, the YouTube channel, okay? So apparently it starts at 9 in the morning tomorrow. And I'll just get up, we'll just start doing something maybe at 8:30 or something. What do you guys think? Those inside the courtroom will also be prohibited from live tweeting through reporters viewing the live stream. Though reporters viewing the live stream. What do you mean they're showing? What are you saying, Cindy? I don't know what you're saying right now. They're just showing tomorrow's hearing. Anyways, the house where the killings took place was recently demolished, though the area is still surrounded by fencing. There are also a memorial where people have dropped off candles, flowers, and stuffed animals as the crime continues to weigh heavy on the town of Moscow. Yeah. What do you mean, Cindy? I have no idea what you're talking about. They just said there's a hearing tomorrow at 9 in the morning. That's it. There isn't... Those inside the courtroom will also be prohibited from live tweeting, though reporters viewing the live stream will be able to post updates on social media. Yeah, so 9 a.m. Okay. Isn't there... Maybe there is. I'm just doing the one that's 9 in the morning. The one that we've been told to do. You know? It's like you're overcomplicating things. The other one they said was maybe a scheduling one. Maybe come up with a trial date. Right? Thanks, Tamara. Not today, but tomorrow. Yeah, it says... So I guess they're having one prior. There's one at 11 a.m., but that must be Eastern time. Right? Right, exactly. I think that's exactly what that is. Because it says the first is at 11 a.m. is closed to the public and media, but the one at 1 p.m. will be open. So what does that mean? They just changed it. I was just looking at this an hour ago and it said 9 o'clock in the morning. So maybe you were onto something, Cindy. I have no idea what the hell this is saying now. I mean, this just came out... actually, that's from the 23rd. Let me go back. I don't know if that's accurate now. The court has scheduled 2 separate hearings in Kohberger's case on Friday, January 26th.
Thanks for all you do, Gray. It's appreciated.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. And thanks for the kind words. And also thanks for the kind words in the comment sections under the video. Let me see. The court has scheduled 2 separate hearings in Kohberger's case for Friday, January 26th, but has ordered that the first hearing be closed from the public. So that must be the hearing that we just talked about regarding he wants their motion to they want to have a motion to unseal their request for dropping all charges because they want to see and they want the judge to reconsider, and I think that's probably what that one's about. The first hearing scheduled for 11 a.m. Pacific time. Okay, that's totally different. I just was reading a minute ago where it said it was at 9 a.m. tomorrow. 12 p.m. Eastern time. God, that already changed that fast, huh? That sucks because now I don't know. I'm gonna have to get up. I have no idea. Okay, so Lisa Valenzuela, you're another one. I mean, I've just got screwed tonight on super chats that never made it. I mean, there's so many of them. It's like, it's unbelievable. Do you have a PayPal or something, Lisa Valenzuela, that you have behind the super chat? Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at it earlier. It said it was at 9 tomorrow. Let me see what this guy... I did get an email from the court dude. No, thanks, Sharon. He said, yes, that is the correct YouTube page. Live stream will follow what's laid out in the order setting tomorrow. Okay, so hold on. Oh, okay. This is the... wow, so this is... That's strange. So I wonder what that website was talking about. Because right here, he says, a hearing on defendant motion to reconsider order, denying motion to dismiss indictment, and in the alternative permission to appeal from interlocutor... I just got this emailed to me. Yeah, thanks, Sharon. I got that one. Very cool. And a stay of proceedings will be heard on January 26th, beginning at 11 a.m. Pacific time. The court will hear the arguments pertaining to the sealed order denying motion. So that's exactly what I was just saying. That first one is that new information. I mean, that they want to have it public what the argument was regarding the grand jury and why the charges should be dropped. This hearing will be sealed and closed to the public to protect the privacy of the grand jury and the grand jury procedures. At 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. See, now this is different though, right? I mean, I guess that's the same. So at 1 o'clock my time, the court will hear arguments pertaining to the order denying motions to dismiss indictment for inaccurate instructions to grand jury. This hearing will be open, I guess that's related, will be open to the public. The public and the media may attend in person or can watch the live stream feed of the proceedings found at the website. A scheduling conference will begin following the conclusion of arguments on defendant motion. So I guess they're sort of related, but one of them, it's, we can hear it. There's nothing at 9. 9 has nothing to do with anything. There's 8 in the morning, and then another one at 1. It sounds like. No, it's 8 in the morning East. No, wait. Shit. Now it's 11 p.m. is the first one, and then the second one is at 1. 11 and then 1, right? That's what I'm reading here. Man. And then a minute ago it said 8. So that must have been 8 Eastern Standard Time. Because then it would be 11 here. Are you kidding, Paulette? How many courts have you ever seen at 11 p.m.? Why is it confusing to you? Yeah, you got the East Coast is 3 hours ahead. So anyways, tomorrow it's going to be at 11 a.m. my time, 2 o'clock East Coast time. There'll be a hearing which isn't going to be seen by anybody. And then at 1 p.m. tomorrow, there'll be another hearing, and that's my time, and 4 o'clock East Coast time. There'll be a court hearing pertaining to the order denying motion to dismiss. At least that's what it's saying here in this one. Oh wait, let me, I was trying to get the answer for, so what did it say for you, Lisa Valenzuela? When you did it, what did it say to you? It didn't show? Did it say it worked though, or? Ah, that's just brutal. Hell, we'd almost made the goal if some of these had worked. I'm gonna try it. Check one more time over here. No. Yeah, none of those showed up. It didn't say something like, let's see. Shit. Did it say something to the effect of pending? Anything like that? Just have to figure out where it went. I don't know. Just sounds like another YouTube thing. Just screwing people over left and right. Yeah, you guys are usually like 5 hours behind over there. Maybe you're 6 hours behind. So if you're 6 hours behind and it's at 1 o'clock, it'll be 7 o'clock in the morning your time. You're 6 hours behind, but a day ahead. That's how I always look at it. So it's the next day, but you're just 6 hours behind us on a clock. We are 25 short. Yeah, it's just so... It sucks. I don't know what's going on with the super chats, you know? It's one of those things where it probably makes you less confident in it. I guess if it makes it through at some point, we'll have to see, but I'll definitely get a hold of technical support or whatever the hell you call them at the end. Can everybody who sent them and it didn't work, can you send me an email? A separate one, so I can then share these with them. Like, send me whatever it is that you have. Okay. So if you had a problem, an actual problem, forget it. Never mind. Because now trolls will send it in. You know, that's just, they have nothing better to do. Hey, thanks, Vogue. Appreciate it. Yeah. All right, so that's going to be at 1 tomorrow. And if you got here later, I can show you the what I was showing earlier. I think it's kind of an interesting way to look at the... That's up here, right? It's sort of like this easy way to look at the crime scene, or the night of the murders. So see the larger outer circle there? This larger outer circle? That is sort of the geographical area that you could say that when Kohberger turned off his phone at 2:47 and then he turned it back on at 4:48, he was in that large circle area there. So it was off during that time. Then, a white Elantra missing its front license plate was spotted in this area right here, just generally inside of this circle between 3:26 and 4:20. So now we have a smaller window. And then, inside of that window, from 4:08 to 4:20, inside of this circle right here, the white Elantra sat. And then inside of that, the 4:08 to 4:20, a smaller window of time, a knife sheath was left on Madison Mogan's bed right here that had Brian Kohberger's DNA on it, therefore matching the white Elantra that was moving in this area the white Elantra that was moving in this area, and that being inside the range that his cell phone was turned off. Boom, chakalaka. I think that's a cool way to look at that, man. I do, anyway. I think it's just like, ding, 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 no, bam. Hey, thanks, Jacqueline F., and welcome, Youper Gal. Whatever the hell that means. Youper. Let's see, maybe it's backwards. Lagrepouille. By the way, I said this like years ago on here, but if you say anybody's name backwards, sounds like a caveman name, right? Like Plato is Atalp, and Linda Howe is Loa Adanil. Hey, thank you so much, WNC Granny. Will this help reach the goal? Well, of course it does. I think we made it, actually, right? Yep. We're there. Thank you, guys. And Timothy Cecil is Lekik Yit Up Mit. Yit Up Mit. Alright. Ali Cake is Ikak Ila. We did. We just reached it. Very cool, very cool. Oh, and we did it. You did it even more, Sharon. So thank you. Appreciate that. If you see this, I wonder if it's iTunes. What do you mean? Do you think iTunes? What's going on with iTunes? I'd like to figure out what happened to those I do too. I mean, when I'm done with the show, I guess I'll go over and check it out. But I think that's kind of what I was trying to conceptually is what I was saying to you guys yesterday, or I've been trying to say is that you've got a phone being turned off for a 2-hour period of time, in which time a white Elantra was seen on the Moscow, Idaho campus area from 3:26 to 4:20. And based on the surveillance footage, we know that the car parked at
all you beautiful freaks.
Oh yes it did. The car parked at 4:08 and left at 4:20, then narrowing it again. And then inside the house we have a knife sheath that had Brian Kohberger's DNA on it, and that proves that the white Elantra moving around was his. Because if you don't believe that, then that means you believe in fantasy land stuff. I mean, what are the odds that there's a white Elantra missing a front license plate, driving around, doing loops around the house, and Brian Kohberger's DNA was in the house, but it wasn't his white Elantra missing a front license plate driving around? Can anybody come up with, what are the odds of that? I think it's like 1 in a billion. And thanks, Tina Williams. Goal! Tiempo gol, las horas 2:30. Yes, right. 1 in octillion. Yes, 1 in an octillion. That sounds about right. And right now we're at 277. If we hit 300, I'll do another 5 memberships. I think it's changes with Apple billing and YouTube app. Tried 3 times. 3rd time went through, but says pending and can't report till it's not pending. Been in a Google trying to figure it out. Oh. You've been in a Google chat with somebody? Oh. Or no, a Google black hole. Yeah, you can't. So you think it's Apple billing and YouTube. So were all of you Apple phones that were having problems? That's sort of interesting. Oh, okay. Wow, look at that. So Cheryl, Mona, Lisa, K-Me. And Sherry S. Oh, you were just your regular... But you have your Apple phone, though, right? That's what I'm asking. Yeah, I don't use Apple products. And yours was Apple too, huh? Man, I think I missed out tonight. I don't know what, you know. So can you right there, I'm going to take a screenshot of everybody right here. And then can you send me a, like an emails just from you guys to say what happened? Like a really quick one if you have a screenshot or something. And then when I talk to the YouTube support, we'll see what they say. So yours is Apple and it worked. But maybe they have something else in common. If they use Apple Pay or something. So that's a one super sticker. So it's an Apple thing. Oh, really? Did none of those make it through, Wise Child? Do you guys think his family will attend the trial? Yeah. Yeah. You know what's interesting is Kohberger was arrested years ago, like in 2014, and his dad's the one that turned him in for stealing something from his sister. That's weird. So that means his dad's really aware of what his son does and capable of. Makes you wonder, what was the reason he went to Moscow, Idaho, and came back with his son? Was he just trying to... I mean, I want to know how that all came about. He didn't want to be the single person driving back. He wanted to make it look like, oh, it's a family, we're driving. Wow, I had headphones in? What? I just have a S23, but I'm about to get... I was thinking of getting that one too. Samsungs are good. The dad probably never dreamed it would be a quad murder. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Somehow I think of him almost like Dexter's dad, Plato. You know how his dad always kind of knew there was something not quite right there? But yeah, maybe you're right. He didn't think it would be a quad murder. Maybe one or two, but... Also, the S23 sucks. Have you guys ever tried the flip phones? I have the Galaxy, it's the Flip Phone 3. They're pretty sweet. I mean, I think they're, I don't know if you guys have ever seen one. Let me show you. There we go. Yeah, check it out. Look at it. It's like the old Star Trek, you know, the flip phones. But this is a Samsung phone, right? But it's cool because it flips open and then it doesn't really, you know, the plastic thing's screwed up right now. But without that, it looks totally normal. And it's weird how it just works even on the seam. Did you see one of these, though? think they're pretty sweet. No, but they're, you know, they're normal. They're the big, you know, the actual normal size phone. This right here, my covering got messed up, so it doesn't look like that. There's really no seam there, and everything works the same. Yeah, but I think the S20, the newer S24 is better than this. But they're convenient. They're nice to have. They don't cost quite as much. Yeah, my boss is a PC guy, but he has iPhones too. He said they're way better. I don't know. I have a hard time switching over to anything Apple. This has kind of been a weird show tonight. It's been all these weird technical glitches on the super chats, kind of randomly going from topic to topic. Sorry about that. But you know, I gotta figure out what's going on there. I mean, we could have had a pretty good night tonight, you know. And all of a sudden, YouTube does it again. But send me an email if you're one of the people that you had that error on the screen. Well, I don't like Apples for PCs because if you're using just Windows, there's so many more applications and things that go right with it quickly. You know, these little extra programs that people write and plugins and things, and Apple just is way behind in that. Oh, you sent one too, Brandy? Jeez. How many of you, put a 1 if you sent a super chat tonight but it didn't show up. Just do it once. And only, for a moment, nobody else type anything except for those people. Really? That's crazy. That's a lot of people. That's insane right there. Okay, Okay. I got that list there. Alright. So now you can type, anybody, say whatever the hell you want. I just wanted to try to capture those. That's nuts. Man. Yeah, and then, are any of those not iPhones? Put a 1 if you're one of the ones that it didn't work and you had an Android device. Man, it shows you that Apple just does corner the market in a way. Now, so Bridget didn't work with Android, so that means it's not Apple. Unless you just happen to have a random other reason. Both of yours went through, and yeah, so it might not be Apple. It might be something where you guys have to redo your financial, you know, like Jay Case did. Like he had to restart over again or something with the financial part of it, I guess. That just seems crazy though. Everybody was working just like the other day. Yeah, he removed his card and then added them back. Why don't one of you, if you can you try that just randomly? And you know, just if you send $1 in, I'll just send you $1 back. But I just want you to check it out. If you remove your card and then add it back in again, and then try it. Does anybody have the time to do that? I'm just trying to troubleshoot this. Yeah, we'll see if you can remove it and then add it back in there, Cheryl. Or does he not know about that? Yeah, not like this though, Cindy. You always try to like minimize something. This one, there's 9 people right here. Okay. Maybe that's what the problem is, Kami. Maybe it hasn't kicked in quite yet. That's sort of interesting. Until you refresh the page sometimes. WNC Granny? Weird. I mean, it's weird how yours had been working, Kami, and then when you changed it, it wasn't. Maybe their credit cards expire because it's January. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. You know, I mean, what are the odds that 9 people's cards? I mean, they usually expire. I don't know how that works. If they do it based on when you get it, or just a general date in the future. Plugging it back in. I hate that. I know. Like nobody thinks of that, Plato. Yes, I've done all the stuff that you. I always cut them off at the pass. I go, yes, I've tried every single thing that you're about to mention. There was a big update last night for Apple phones. Oh, really? But how come it didn't work on one of the Androids? New phone. Google is asking for password all the time and saying my password is wrong. Pain in the butt. Well, you know what you should do, Bridget, is change your password and just sort of re-sign in again. Like, just say you forgot your password and then have it send you the verification stuff and just fix it. Oh, you're another one? So Tracy was another. You must be way behind there. All right, I'm adding that one to it. Sent to what? Okay. All right. I'll remember that, Trish. I do see an Apple update sitting on my phone and waiting for me to go to sleep. Apple users probably have to re-verify. Well, there you go. Maybe that's the answer, you guys. And somebody did mention up above the Apple update, so maybe that's what you guys need to go do. We seem to have found, maybe one of them was for a different reason, like Bridget's might be a different reason, and then the rest of you didn't update your Apple. I see. But why would it make that not work, I guess? You can manually update the phone now. I don't know what's going to happen with whatever happened. Hopefully, if they didn't go through, you guys will help support the channel. Say, tomorrow or something. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. I appreciate you thinking of me, though. That's interesting, though. I hadn't received the notification yet. I had to physically. Did you try to send a PayPal in, Plato? Did you do one earlier? And if you didn't, can you do like $1 and I'll send you $1 back or whatever? I just want to see, because you haven't done your update. You should have the same error they do. Because that's the issue, right? But somebody else said that their iPhone worked. And I wonder if they updated. I'm just checking. I'm just trying to figure out how to. This is how I would troubleshoot something on my own. My connection wasn't working because trees were blocking told them I don't have... It did work, Sherry. Wow, going through the browser worked. So what didn't work? Just using the YouTube app or something? Look at that. Sherry went using her same phone, went through the app, you know, just like going, not the app, the website, right? Like going to the www.youtube.com and it worked. Mine went through on MacBook. I didn't update either. Maybe a MacBook's different than a phone. I don't know. It worked. And are you on an iPhone, Jameen? I appreciate your super chat too. Are you on a iPhone and waiting for the update? Well, that might be the answer. You have to go to www and then sign in. And I haven't updated my phone yet, so that's probably why my donations went through. Oh, I used my phone for PayPal, but I was on YouTube website browser for Super Chat. Oh, there you go. So you didn't go to the YouTube app on your phone. I think that's what most people use. I see. So if you go to the website, that might be the answer. All right. Hey, we're troubleshooting. We're investigating here. With recent changes, YouTube, Google, and Apple billing. Why would they even mess with that stuff? Yeah, yours worked great there, Sharon. Thank you very much. You want to try your MacBook? Well, give it a shot, Kami. I have a feeling none of those are going to go through. Although the ones that say pending, maybe, you know. Update has 1 minute remaining, and then I have to restart. Or were you one of the ones that... Okay, you're one of the ones that didn't work, Brandy. So let's see. Freak investigations. By the way, I mean, I was just wondering, do you guys think this is useful, this thing that I made here, though? Like, just sort of showing how it starts broad with the phone turned off, and then you start narrowing it down, and it lands basically right on Madison Mogan's room with the knife sheath. And don't forget, everybody, that he then drives home and is separating trash. So I might make a video on this, but with more explanation and reading stuff out of probable cause, because I think this one right here really kind of, you know, it sort of visually shows exactly what I keep trying to say over and over and over again. Okay, cool. Well, it worked, Kami. Look at that. Huh? So what'd you use? Did you use the website, or just by restarting your computer, or not computer, your phone, with a update, or what? No, you use your laptop through their browser. Yeah, so then it's just right. So something to do with the phones, obviously. Well, that was actually Cyobane. That was from an older video that I made. See, I think a lot of people, maybe you're included, you need to go back and watch like the last 20 Idaho 4 videos that I've made, because they're all just, one of them is even a really long one. It's the entire drive back from on the probable cause from the house all the way back up, passing on Johnson Avenue, where his car is seen again back in Pullman. And it's like a 50-minute drive, but it's just crazy the places he was driving to try to avoid cameras and stuff. So I've got that one. I've got multiple videos showing the loops and the passes, and I'm working on a final one that probably won't even get that many views, but it'll be the entire night from 3:26 until 4:25, and it'll be through the eyes of Kohberger. Now I'll probably have to just have a clock ticking on the part where he could have gone, the 17-minute gap between 2 and 3 loop, the second and third loop. I'll just have the clock tick away kind of rapidly at somewhere off to the right by the mobile gas station somewhere, because I don't know where he went. But other than that, it's all going to be right from his eyes the entire time, and then I'll even add back in the 9 minutes of hell. I'll put in that one. It's going to be pretty sweet, I think it'll be like, that's the shit right there. It's saying it went through for you. What did you use this time, Wise Child? I don't have any transactions from you. Let me hit refresh on this page though. Hold on. No, the last ones are Sherry, Jameen, and Kami. That's it. That's weird, Wise Child. And yours even says it goes through too, huh? Well, thanks, Jameen. Yeah, that took me a long time. They're never really done. I mean, I could sit there and make it look, get all the details in there, but really what matters is you have the doors in the right place, you have the structure of the building is correct, so I think I've got it all pretty nailed in there. Yeah, so I'll put 9 minutes of hell. What I'm going to do on the video is, how I've done the videos where you're looking through my eyes? I'm going to go look for that one again with the, or not my eyes, the GoPro on the dashboard, right? Where I'm driving around and you see exactly what he's looking at when he's driving around. But Gray, how do you know he didn't turn his head, you bastard? I don't know. I'm just showing a straight shot through the windshield. I mean, he could have looked left or right at any time, Gray. So this would be the GoPro. Yeah, 27. Yeah, the 28th was the day they tore it down, right? Yeah, I got there. So it was 27th is the day that we were driving all over the place. All right, let me just see what we have here. I'm gonna go try to find that one. Oh yeah, this one's kind of cool because this is me driving down Palouse River Drive, and in a minute here, this is Conestoga right there on the left. And then if you just continue down, let's see what we do when we go to the intersection of 95 down here. Then I think we go straight through. Yep, straight through, and then this is how we got there that day. So right here is going to turn up here, and then he's going to take a left, and then go on Indian Hills Drive. So you drive up here, take a left. This is Indian Hills Drive. The surveillance camera is right there on that house to the left there that picked him up, I think. It's in that block anyways. And then came all the way around. Then in a moment we'll pass the A&W. I'm actually go into the A&W here. But then after being here, I come out and take a right, and that's exactly where I would have been had I just kept driving straight. And then this is Taylor Avenue right here. And then a left right into, now we're right behind the property here. And that's when the house was still there, the last day, right before it. And here we go. Hey, thanks, Wise Child, for I appreciate it. We'll have to go. I'm gonna go figure out what the hell's going on. Oh, you just found this channel today? Man. I always wonder how that happens. Like, how is that even possible, you know? I've been making videos on the case since the beginning. I was one of the first YouTubers to cover this case. And I started covering it on the 15th of November, and the murders happened on the 13th. And we started covering it then, and we've been covering it ever since with 3D animations, etc., etc., etc. And I always wonder how people, like my videos somehow don't show up in the realm of other people. They're all watching the same conspiracy nutters. Somehow they get more recommendations or something. I don't know. But I'm glad you finally found it. You should go back and watch some of all the other ones. I have a ton of videos on this one that are all really accurate and very sort of detailed, and you'll just be like, oh wow. No, that's how it works. So that when you do trash somebody else, they go there. What do you mean you have a dear YouTuber that was trashing me? Yeah, I watched some funny pet videos, and now I get tons of suggestions for that. I'm looking for a video specifically here, though. So it does take a left. Here I am. I'm filming the house, so it does show that even on this drive on Walanta, you can look at the 1122 King Road address over and over and over again. There's 1112 King Road right there. We could even see Sigma Chi from there. Alright, so it drives around. And as I'm just scrubbing through this because I know what I'm looking for. If I take a right here, that's what I want to do. Okay, that's not the one then. This is the normal loop that he does here. I'm just trying to find the one where I go to the mobile gas station. Definitely not that one. Yeah, it's not going to be this one either. But look out, it's so beautiful out there when you're driving on these, way out in these rural areas. Look at this. So what were they saying, Twisted Owl? Alright, let's do this one. Oh, this is that drive through. This is the drive that's in that hour-long video that I'm talking about. It's crazy. This is the route that Kohberger took, apparently, according to the probable cause. I'm going the wrong way on this one. I edited out all the mistakes that I made. Definitely a place that you would have had to have done multiple times. And then I think eventually it makes its way out to, yeah, not quite. But again, look how pretty that is. And I think that's 195 right there, finally. And then head on the way back up, and the next video should be where I literally make it. So you're driving up the Pullman, and then there's a right turn that you take at a certain point. I think we just took that. Yeah, right there. So there's a right turn that you take, and this one, I think it was down here, right there. and then it takes a left here, and then that's when it passes the surveillance camera on one of these buildings. I think it might be even right in here. I can't remember now. It might be right there, or even further up. So eventually this takes a left. I'd have to go to the next video to do that one. They kind of save it and then move on to the next one. When I came to YouTube, I subscribed to anyone covering Idaho 4 because I thought most people were fairly smart and ethical. I quickly unsubscribed all those. Alright. Well, they're not. Okay. Just realize that these people are making videos. The one guy from Scotland makes like 3 videos a day and is terrible. Okay. Everything he does, it's just like word salad shit into the mic, meaningless stuff, but it's like, wow, I can just keep doing it over and over again. I only make a video when I think of something that I think will be interesting to people and is going to have real information in it. Alright, so you drive up here, and this is right there, see that? That's where the surveillance camera is. On Johnson Avenue. That had 2 cameras on that building. And this is sort of where that whole long drive ended. So we're still on the 27th here, so let me move to this one. Hopefully, I'm trying to find the... Well, that's on the way back to Moscow. Stopped on the side of the road there. And here's another one. Let's see. Hey, you didn't say what they said, Twisted Owl. I wanted to hear what they were saying. Oh, this is when I got pulled over. This is when I got pulled over for going, what was it, 25 and a 15? Or, no, 36 and a 25 or something. Yeah. Yeah, I was going Mach 50, man. It was. Oh yeah, this is parked. I don't think this is where he parked, because in this one you can't see the windows. But if it's just right off to the right here, right off to the right, you can definitely see right into Madison Mogan's bedroom there. Yeah, right here. See that? That's Madison Mogan's bedroom. I think this is exactly where he was parked. Now, this might be the one here. So, 17075. All right, so I'm going to take this left here. This is his looping route that he would do. And what we're looking at right here is, if I go here, he would always come around and go up Willanta Drive like this, take that first left, drive around, and then I think he would loop right back around like this, and then come right back in. On 3 of the loops he did that, 1 he didn't. He drove further away. And for some reason I stopped there. Wait, what am I going to do here? Okay, this one I'm doing the full drive out to highway. Wait, hold on. Which one was this? I'm going to have to watch this. Let's see what I do here. There we go. Not the whiny one? Great! Well, thanks for liking my voice. Alright, so this is the route that you take down to Palouse River Drive. So you can take a right here, and then it works its way down. You can't make it out going straight there. So that's how I know that Kohberger had been there before. Alright, so let's go to the next one. I'm just looking for a specific video here. Okay. It's not going to be this one either. Now this one's on. Okay, that's a 76 station. How come I'm over here? Oh yeah, this is the continuation of the route, and then take a left, and then yeah, there. Oh wait, so this is that one. Hold on. All right, let me go to the one before this. So I think this is it. All right, so he's going to go past A&W. Or how long we stay at A&W? Then we leave. Go here again. All right, so this is sweet. Okay, so from right here, it's going to be 27075. This is the one. This is the one that is the alternate loop where it took 17 minutes and he goes to the, he's seen at a mobile gas station. So you can take a right here and then a left. And this will be on, this is going to be Taylor Avenue here again. Not sure why I'm slowing down, but yeah, there you go. Take a left there, and right here, Taylor becomes Lalanta Drive. Then you come up, and if you were to look to your left, you could see through the trees the house right through there. And then at the top, right as you get to the top here, this is when they were already shutting down the roads. You take a left right here. And this is what he did. He was almost the same exact route. So what he's going to do on this one, though, is when he comes like this and around, and instead of going this way, you take a right here. And you head right over to the mobile gas station, which is right there. And the timing was absolutely perfect. You get there right at 3:45. If you don't stop at Madison Mogan's bedroom. Like, he drove around and went, oh, the lights are still on. He's not going to wait again. So he took off, and immediately, and then there's a white Elantra-looking vehicle at 3:45 driving by the mobile gas station, and it turns out the timing is absolutely perfect. And we did that on a show recently. So here we go down this direction, and at the bottom of this hill, take a left. You know, there's also a variation that he could have came in from the right there just by going straight at the previous street before that. I've shown it before. What I was showing was right here. It's possible he went like this and then took a left because there's no stopping doing that. I have him going like this and then around. But this way would be a good way to go to remember later, because you got to go this direction to turn right on Conestoga. So let me rewind it a little bit here. Now this still might not be the right one. Let's see. So right here I'm supposed to take a right, but it looks like I am turning left here. And then for some reason, I think I redo this again. I drove around that neighborhood in loops. I probably looked just as bad as he looks. Like if I was on surveillance camera, like, what's this guy doing? He's stalking the neighborhood. But I was really just filming, trying to get everything correct. So this one I'm taking a right. I don't think he went this. That's not the way he went. Oh, well, I actually labeled it so I wouldn't forget it. All right, here we go. Here we go. This is the right one. All that digging around, and there it was. So and this one, I don't believe I go back into the 1122 King Road area. That's right there with that car is on the left. I guess I do. So I go up here, and then I'm going to come out, and I think I make it all the way. So this is crazy. I think we can almost do it. Let me see if I back up here. And this is where the 3-point turn would have happened, somewhere in this area. Okay, do I go straight back out to the street, or do I? Okay, I do. Alright. So you could just pretend I came from the right there. And let's say it was 3:59, so maybe 3:39, and then maybe 3:40 I'm right here. Okay, and the clock that I'm looking at says it's 2 minutes in. So it should be at 7 minutes in when we get to the mobile gas station. So here we go. This one should be the correct one. I don't know if this is even interesting for you guys, but for me, all this stuff is interesting because I went out there to do experiments and to film the relevant information that we get to know about. Oh yeah, that's not a bad idea, Plato. Use that, my new logo, right? It'd be sweet on the side of the car, wouldn't it? That would be pretty cool. I like that idea. Good one. You don't think I should put the Nefarious sticker on there? Anyways, yeah, so continuing on to the left here. I could have gone right and then taken the first left, as I showed you a minute ago. And I'm sorry you guys were having so many problems with the super chats. You know, hope you doesn't scare you away in the future. And sorry, wise child, you had so many of them. Yeah, the incognito. That's true too. So here's that same exact. Okay, let me pause the video right here. So on this one, he's doing the same loop, right? This is 3:57. Remember, 3:39. I mean, excuse me. So 3:39 is when he comes around right here, and then I'm just going to say that he was right here at 3:40, and then we'll add. It was already at 2 minutes in the video, so it would be 3:45 when we get to the mobile gas station, so it would be 7 minutes into the video. So anyways, it drove up like this, and then around, and then this time when it gets right here, it normally would take a left to go up here. On 3 different loops he did it that way, but on this one, it's possible he took a right and came just like this through this intersection, and then took a right here, and a mobile gas station here filmed a White Elantra at 3:45. It looked like a White Elantra. Don't really know. But it was out early on in the case. And then this is where he killed more time out here. And that's where I'll have to have the clock ticking away. And then I'll just have him show right back up on this again. Drive this direction, and then like this, and then around. Okay, so we were just about ready to take that right here. Hopefully this makes sense to you guys. Here's that right. Yeah, it's bed by the gas station. Yeah, and also that A&W was just right there on the left. This is 95 right here to the right. We're just a few blocks north of where he would have come out on Conestoga. Here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Not Palouse River Drive, I mean. So right here, in this scenario, he's driving like this, and this is Highway 95, and then down here is where Palouse River Drive is, and that's 95, and it goes up to here. And in this case, he drove up here and is going through 95, and then makes his way to the mobile gas station over there. So we're making our way, and this is the extended loop time. And it was so cool just to see that the verified 3:45, because that means he's way over there, and then you can start accounting for some of that extra minutes. I think he was somebody, I think Kohberger was aware of his compulsive behavior and realized it was still light out at 3, it was still light in the room at 3:39, and he just goes, man, I mean, he felt like he was going to go in there, so he decided, if I drive far enough away, I can just turn around at some point and come back, and I'll kill 15 or 20 minutes. That's what I think he was doing. So here's that mobile gas station right here on the right. And that the way that camera shot is, he could be turning right here and picked up on a camera, or he could be coming on that other side street behind it, because there's a camera on that side too. But either way, look at, I'm going to pause it right there. It is, so right now we're looking at, it's 6:19 in here, right? So I had it at, well, I would have to go look at the actual time, but this would be like 3:44, and could be 3:45. I mean, it's 6:19 in. So I don't know exactly, you know, I just guessed that he'd be leaving at 3:40, but you're right there. So I think there's a good shot that that image of the vehicle is going to be Kohberger's white Elantra at that mobile gas station. It's weird how it fit perfectly into the one loop that he changed things up a little bit. And it's right in there at a perfect time. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm making a really long version of that. Drive the 4 loops and overlay the Linda Lane. I don't remember doing that all together in one long thing, did I? I don't remember that. Wait, what did I do there? So after... Oh yeah, so I'm just kind of over here killing time. And then I think I take a left and then take the next left after that. Yeah, maybe you can email it to me. I did a bunch of time overlay ones. Because if I have, maybe I can just import that in and sort of add it to the what I'm working on already. And so in a minute here, we'll be coming in behind the mobile gas station again. Yeah, I have no idea where he went out here or anything like that. I mean, hell, he could have just pulled into a parking area over here and just sat. Don't know. And that's assuming that his vehicle is the one seen at 3:45 at this gas station. It's starting to look more like it is based on just odds, you know. At 3:45, a white sedan, exactly the time frame that his car could have driven by there, and that's the one loop that he does that is inconsistent with the other 3. It just kind of makes sense. And so here it could be filmed on this side right here. Boom. I go live every single day. Twisted Owl. Yeah. And so one of the things that we do on the channel, I mean, the thing is I do live streams every single day, and the freaks support the channel every single night on here. Some nights are better than others. And, you know, but we usually do pretty well. I'm making videos to sort of make up the difference. We had kind of a drop off with the economy and everything. And so I'm making videos, but at the end of the month, we donate a lot of money from my income, you know. So, like, the freaks are supporting. That was kind of weird, that helicopter. Do you guys see that? Right at the end. Where was that? Yeah, so we, you know, usually last couple of years we've given $62,057 right out of the income to various true crime related charities, a scholarship fund, and a DNA fund. I just saw a helicopter up there. Right there, look at it. It's always weird when you watch those with their how slow it looks like their propellers are going, but I can assure you they're basically a Cuisinart up there. And then it continues back around, and here it is. Now we're almost we're going to be in front of Band Field here in a minute, I think. No, well, actually we got a ways to go. That's the A&W right there. So it continues on back, and now, so I'll just use this portion here. Oh, that's right, the video broke right there. I forgot about that. Sucked. But I have plenty of other videos driving by here, so I'll just splice it in at the exact same spot, and then you just continue it on. And that way we'll be back here at 3:57. You'll come back in, come around, and 3:57, that's when I think he noticed that the lights were off at that point. But he thought, okay, now I can't get antsy. They could have just turned the lights off. So I'm going to make one more loop, he was saying to himself, to give them 6 or 7, 8 minutes to fall asleep. And so he sat here again for a couple minutes watching. Then he takes off. He makes that one last loop around, driving around, coming up. And then at 4:05, he comes right back in, comes back here, turns around, drives this direction, tries to turn around or park right here. Then he comes right here, does a 3-point turn. Then at 4:07-ish, he's right back here. And then at 7:38, he pulls right around this corner here. And that means he parks at 4:08. And then at 4:20, it takes off at a high rate of speed. And inside those 12 minutes, a knife sheath was left that had Brian Kohberger's DNA on it. There you go. Hey, what happened? What happened? What are people talking about? Oh, you're at the ER? Okay. What do you mean you collapsed? What? I mean, you were just sitting there and you like fell over or what? Man, that's creepy. Well, that's how you do it, Twisted Owl. This is how. I mean, I think this is the way true crime is supposed to be: mapping, factual evidence. You put it all together, and boom. That's how we try to do all the cases. I'm just trying to make sure that the case had been taken over by just absolute nut jobs for so long that I needed to get back into it to at least be a counterpoint to the crazy people. Yeah, but you didn't say what happened, Danielle. I mean, you're just sitting there and you just sort of fall over, or what? I mean, what are they saying to you? Okay, well, not getting many answers. So I'm gonna take off now. Hope you feel better there, Danielle. Let me know. Like you were standing up and collapsed, or what do you mean? What? I don't know. Just fainted or fell, collapsed. Huh? Maybe you like cut off blood supply to your legs, and then you stood up, and then it all rushed somewhere, and don't know. Okay, well, thank you to Sirius Black, Kathy Chapman, Carol Campbell, Bridget Price, Rhonda Brand, Michelle H., Timothy Cecil, Vogue, NPC, Bridget Bauman, Jay Case, Carol Campbell, Trish Atwell, Angelo Alex, Siabane, Truth Sleuth, Carol Campbell, Matt is a Cut Snake, Plato, Bridget Price, George Leonard, Cindy Leon, Lisa Wilkerson, Jessica Schubach, Bridget Bauman, Linda Howe, Cheryl Bullock, Tamara, Vogue, Jacqueline F., Youper Gal, WNC Granny, Tracy Harrison, 48 months, Tina Williams, Sherry S., Brandy Clary, 20 months, Jameen Ergis, and K-Me. Also, thank you to, I guess, Cheryl, Brandy Clary, Mona L., It's Pouring, Lisa Valenzuela, Court K, K-Me, Bridget Bauman, Sherry S., and Wise Child, and Tracy Harrison, all of which didn't make it through somehow. They're all, I'm going to do some memberships. We didn't hit the 300 on the screen, but yeah. I guess in jest, or whatever that term is. In spirit is what I was looking for.
Ah, this thing is so good. It's way.
What? Okay, then membership gifting. There we go. We don't get to choose who gets them, but you should become a channel member. You guys, Twisted Owl, come on, let's go. Here we go. We've got just gifted 5. Will it make it to some of you? You have to make yourself available. Stacy Cole, the Silverleaf, Control Freak. Oh man, one of the trolls got it, man. One of the trolls. Sis and Sean Pellegrino. Awesome. Right. Okay, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Hope you feel better there, Danielle, and everybody else who's not feeling well. Yeah, maybe you just stood up too fast or didn't eat enough food or something there, Danielle. You seem like a pretty healthy person. So thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you guys later, and maybe I'll make a video on this narrowing down. I think this is kind of a cool visual way to look at it. Alright, so we'll see you tomorrow, probably around like 1 o'clock my time, to do the court hearing. Our first live stream of a court hearing for the Kohberger case. Yeah, sometimes if you don't eat food, and yeah, you gotta eat. Yeah, I've had that before. So I hope you feel better there, Danielle. Let me know how you're doing. Send me an email. All right. Okay. Well, sorry the show was so weird tonight. We had all that weird crap with the super chats. I mean, like 11 people sent super chats in that never made it. And so, you know, it was just kind of a weird show all over the place. But yeah, we covered a lot of different things and hung out. All right. So thanks again, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, and Blue's waiting for something to eat. Poor Blue. I could tell. Look at, he's just really focused. There's something coming. He might get something. He might get something. All right. Anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, Be safe out there. And a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6.
And a 7 and an 8 and a 9 and a 10. Jesus.
For quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person.
Crime dissector, a thug rejector.
Crime dissector,
A thug rejector.
I'm a
certified human lie detector. Hey Jay, have a good evening,
I'll
man.
stretch ya if you try and play me
Like an old projector, crime sector.
is
My nectar, Professor Gray is gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector. And I'm always gonna be a pop protector.
Deflector,
Interceptor. And I need a spectre with a vector on his spectre with all respect, y'all. Just remember,
I have a temple fucking check.
check, y'all. I have no agenda on a rotunda.
And I'll serve it to you
It's straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send you on a mission to a real true offender.
Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work.
Hey, are you trying to sound like me, Mary Lou?
I was trying to sound like you.
You can't sound like me,
Why can't I sound like you?
because you just can't.
Well, you're probably right. Probably not. Well, thanks, John Boy, for... Wow.
Well, Mary Lou, you're the one that was trying to imitate John Boy.
I know, Gray, but I can do what I want. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. Here we go. All right. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Be safe out there.
Good night, everybody. Yay!
Oh boy.